Right then, today is Thursday, the 29th of May, 2025, currently 10 p.m. UK time. We're basically just gonna hop in the market, see what it's going on, reassess everything, and just see if there's anything we can possibly get into. So straight off the bat, let's have a little look. So we've got weekly below the EMA, daily below the EMA, 4 hour below the EMA. If we drop it down to the 2 hour, we can see it's tapped into this level so many times and it has rejected that level. Gosh, that's a big pull up. For now, even though it's all below, I think we could start to see a reversal somewhere here now. Something possibly, let's just say, as an example, something roughly around that. Possibly now towards the upside, maybe. I do like the look of that, if I'm honest. Let's have a little look. Let's delete everything. Don't want to get too cluttered up. Yeah, so again, we're at the bottom of here. So let's draw this up and see. So we got weekly below, daily below, 4 hour below. I generally reckon now is a push down, a retest, and back down to the downside. So that is what we are looking for, somewhere here. AUD can, let me just move that over slightly so we don't get confused. AUD CHF. See how this week, I've basically said all week this week's just gone sideways, gone sideways. So maybe next week we might start to see a little bit more. Let's have a look. So weekly. It's kind of at that point now to come back up maybe. It's kind of started to make support there. I generally think that is going to go up. If we go from, let's pick up a point that's quite far back a little bit, let's say here. Just tap into all these levels. And now ideally want to see it push up out of there and aim for these highs, or push down and aim for these lows. Let me just have a look. Where does this bring us? So we do have a little bit of a, it's on the 4 hour minute. Where does that bring us? So we have got a couple of tap-ins there. Okay. Yep. Let's leave that for now, see what it's saying. Right, let's have a little look. So we got a weekly low, daily low, 4 hour low. Obviously that means you want to go with the trend if you've got that many. Looks like it's already pulled back to these sort of areas. Let's pull back to these levels every single time. I'm going to leave that one for now. Okay, it's kind of respected our levels from last week. Possible to the upside now, I reckon. Actually, I'm going to change that. I'm not happy with how I've drawn that. So what I want to do is refine a place. I'm going to go from this here and drop it down. Okay, it is. And I was just going to see if I can make this just a little bit smaller, but to be fair, I'm happy with that. So again, let's just see if it pushes up, retests, and then back to the upside. Possibility. Bitcoin, not really a trader on Bitcoin, however, Can I just say my drawings have been on point? I'm just going to say. Let's have a little look. CAD CHF. So weekly it is coming down for the week. Daily it is coming down. 4 hour it is coming down. Oh, good gosh, right. Let's have a look from again. You don't want to get too far back, but you just want a couple of 3 or 4 tap-ins. You know, 3, 4. Obviously, the more you have, the better. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tap-ins. You know, and again, looking for something like that for a sell to follow our bias with the trend. Trend is your friend. Okay, so that's one I drew last week. I'm going to get rid of that still. Let's get rid of that trend line. That trend line's not really doing a lot right now. Is there one here maybe? Or are we still figuring that out? Are we still figuring that out? I think it's just about to decide whether to come up or down, if I'm honest. I think that's possibly coming back up now, I'll be honest. I mean, if you want to tap into here, it's already done that. It's tapped down back into this consolidation area here. We had a massive, let me just draw this trend line to show you. We had a massive push down here. This trend line breaks, so it's coming down, boom, shot all the way back up. I'm going to leave that for now. Let's just have another look. We can assess it again another time. Keep up, daily up, 4 hour up. Yeah, I think this is gonna push off, if I'm honest. Realistically, you want to see a break and retest from this level now. On CHF, JPY. These are all the pairs that I trade and keep an eye on. Okay, 4 hour daily. Looks like he's tapped in lovely in our previous levels. I'll get rid of that one now. That one's irrelevant. That one's irrelevant. I'm gonna get rid of that one because I don't want too much cluttered up. Looks like we've got a level here now. So I'm coming from here because that taps in a few times. Again, if you're unsure, tap in, just see roughly where it is. We got like a couple of taps here. And again, just pretty nice and simple. Just push out, retest in. We're looking for, obviously, when it wants to retest it, so we've got resistance, push back down, resistance, push that down, resistance, push down, resistance, push down. And now it looks like here we have a break of resistance. So this resistance here now becomes support, which is what we're looking for with the break and retest back into this level. So just keep an eye on that. Euro CAD. Let me get rid of these. Okay, so I'm liking the push-ups, if I'm honest. Drop it down to the 2 hour. You know, I'm gonna leave that a little bit. I think I don't want to draw too much. Looks like we've got a bit of a downtrend here. Let's have a little look. Yeah, I think this is gonna. Is that my drawing? Yes, it is. God, I thought that was a week then. I know it's weekly below, daily below, 4 hour below. Those look quite good for a downtrend, I'll be honest. I think with this trade now, I'll just be looking for a break. So as it breaks, target these highs, stop loss just below these wicks maybe. straight away. Nice little 2-to-1. Might take you a day or two to hit TP, hopefully, if it runs that way. Recent videos just been uploaded. If anybody's watching this wants to see trend lines. Let's have a look. Nice and chill, no stress, no stress. Not trying to force anything. Just anything off the bat that you can see straight away. So we've pushed up now, haven't we? So possibility with this area here maybe to come down into. Let's go from this support here. Yeah, I quite like the look of that. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. If it doesn't tap in, it doesn't tap in. Simple as that. You just leave it and just wait. Draw again another time. Oh, there we go. Let me have a look. So I went too far off there, I'll be honest. Oh gosh, what am I doing? I went too far off there, I'll be honest with you. Weekly above, daily above, 4 hour above. Yeah, I'm quite I'm quite liking that, if I'm honest. Let's just go off here. Maybe as it starts to push out, just have a nice little break and retest somewhere there. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look. 4K weekly. This looks like it's going to push up, I'll be honest with you. 4 hour. It's gone quite a bit sideways there. Not really a fan of the sideways movements, I will be honest with you. However. No, I'm gonna leave that one. I'm forcing it too much. Looking at it, thinking I need to draw something. I don't need to draw anything. Whilst I'm not clicking, I'm not losing money. It's very simple. Oh, that's a beautiful drawing. Last week, the other day, whenever I drew that, tapped in twice. Beautiful. So straight down here for TP1, TP2. So if you had your levels, let's say you sold in there, stop loss just above, probably about 20 pips. TP1, TP2, nice little 8-to-1, or 25 pip stop loss. Give yourself a bit of breathing room, no stress. You don't want to go too tight on your stop losses. Probably just leave that one for now. Still got all these to look at, no point stressing. From somewhere here, tapped into all there. Let's have a little look. I haven't looked at the bias actually. Above. So possibility now, break, retest up to the top. GBP, AUD, flipping boatloads of consolidation right there. Weekly, daily, 4 hour. Good gosh, there's a lot of there's a lot happening there. I'll be honest, I'm gonna leave that one. Not a fan of the sideways movement. Oh, okay, beautiful retest back into our trend lines. I mean, that you couldn't get that any better, I'll be honest with you. I don't mean to. No, you know what? I'm gonna pat myself on the back because beautiful. It's just beautiful. Let's have a little look. So we got 2 trend lines drawn. We had a break, retest to our line. Where was that? Okay, there was that line. So I had a line over that. I'm going to get rid of that though. No, I'm not interested in that. I'm going to keep this line here because it's obviously respected. Now I'm going to get rid of this line. I am going to keep this. I'm going to redraw it though, so it's in yellow. I've changed my colours recently. Just so it's a bit, I can just see it a bit easier, you know what I mean? I think this level looks interesting. Gosh, I can't get it. I'm gonna have to make that bigger. Store in my life. I prefer it bigger. You know, something. What was our bias? Can we remember? Was it buys? It was sell. Sell. Oh, that's just gone below sell. That's below sell. Right, I reckon. Nice little tap into there. Break and retest. Somewhere down to the bottom. Start taking out some of these lows. That would be sensational for next week. I think Mondays. I think tomorrow's going to be a bit of a dead day. You know what? I'm going to leave that trend for now because it has somewhat respected it. I know we've had fake outs, but then you look here, it's perfectly tapped back in. Why has it tapped into here? Maybe it's cross. I'm gonna leave everything exactly how it is. Exactly how it is on that one. I'm not gonna do anything. It's just it's tapped in lovely this week on that one. Above. Wow, that one's below. I'm gonna leave that one still. Didn't quite tap in. Let's delete everything on here. Start again. That's our weekly bias. Up. Daily up. 4 hour up. 2 hour, 2 hour, 2 hour. You could go, I suppose, from there, which means we could have some support. Maybe around this level. Right here. To tap back in here maybe, or do we go from where it is now somewhere there and look for a break and retest? You know what, I'm gonna draw both up and we'll see which one played out. Right, respected our trend line. Respected it. Had a couple of fake outs. Let me get rid of that now. Looks like we've got a new trend line in play. Above. Looks like we could be going to the upside then, which means break and retest on these levels. Let's have a little look on here. Okay, that was just going bear sideways. I'm gonna leave that one. Oh my gosh, this one is also going bear sideways. Below. Yeah, probably just wait for a break and retest. Something like that. ZD GPY. Okay, it's been respecting all of our zones beautifully. I'm going to redraw them up though. The most recent one was there. What was our bias? So it was sells. Sells. Yeah, probably just wait for a break and retest then. It's a Friday, isn't it, tomorrow? So let's be honest, not a lot is going to happen really. No point forcing anything on a Friday and losing. Oh, wrong line. Let's just draw these in. There's quite a few taps in here. All them taps. I reckon if he breaks that trend line, it's going for a sell. USD JPY. Haven't been a fan, in all honesty, on the USDs lately with Trump and everything. I think it's been a bit crazy, Yeah, I'm gonna just stay clear for them from now. Okay, so we had a tap in. Probably would have lost this. I'll be honest, I haven't really looked at the charts this week. I've been preoccupied with other things. You know, we've got a beautiful, let me drop it down to 2 hours, a little bit easier. We've got a little bit of a downtrend, which it has broken. If you drop it down even more, you can see that it did break retest. Don't know if you can sort of see that on this red candle here. So it's pushed up in the blue, come back down in the red, and then it's pushed back up in the blue there. So obviously if you go down to the smaller time frames, it does make it a lot easier to see. You know, that's why it's always easier to start from the top. Gosh, how do I get there? We go. So as you can see, it's above, weekly above, daily above, 4 hour above. So, you know, basically then that gives you buyers as potentially looking for buys. I think for now I'd just leave that and see what happens next week. 4 hour maybe. I think it needs to break this level now. I think it needs to break and retest this level here. I'm going to draw it from there. I think it needs to, gold needs to break, oh, I can drag that back down. Break and retest for that buy. Gold at the minute just can't stop gold at the minute. It just keeps going. It has been going sideways a little bit over the last couple of days, but all in all, not looking too shabby, I'll be honest. I keep saying it, I do think gold is going to come down and needs to come down. However, while it's still going up, keep buying. Simple as that. Same as Bitcoin, really. I mean, personally, I think it needs to come back down. You know, however, you know, it is at that point where I do think it could just all of a sudden, boom, just absolutely go for it. It's one of them, isn't it, Bitcoin, really? But yeah, that is my analysis. It's a Thursday, so no stress. Last day of the week tomorrow, so Friday. Markets are normally, well, not normally, but you know, I don't normally trade Fridays. But yeah, that is my analysis for the week. Again, if you've seen the video, I hope this helped anybody, and please like and subscribe. Peace out.